kid having money from me was always hilarious. Because basically he counts money like this. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Stories out of school.
Funny.
So, brew house here, 20 barrel, Canadian built actually, Brewer company. So, and then lots of kegs. And then a collection of fermenters from all over the place. Some bought new, some bought used. So they have these sounds of fermentation gurgling away in the background.
I like that sound.
Yeah. Leading to it means success.
Does that remind you of somewhere?
Good away.
Today, Rhino will probably be cleaning the brew house. Paul will be doing some lab work or filtration. Colin will be getting kegs clean and ready to go. And I'll be doing mounds and mounds of paperwork.
Awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's my favorite part. The mounds of paperwork. And they,
All right, so just having a short little beer talk here with Tim from Flying Bison Brewery. I'm drinking some the Bison Fest, and boy does it smell good. Alrighty, so how did you get into the industry?
Boy, that's a good question. Back in the olden days, when I was old enough to drink, drinking age was 18 in New York State, and I didn't like beer. I lived in the city of Rochester, New York, home of Genesee Brewing Company, the famous Genesee Cream Ale. And all my friends from school, we'd go meet at a cousin's house who had a farm. We could have a bonfire, sit around, have some beers, and just hang out, enjoy the evening. And they'd all show up with their 24 packs and their special deal from the grocery store. And I just didn't like any of those beers. And I was walking through the store one day. Now, I happen to be half German and half Irish. So I was walking through the store and I saw beer from Ireland. I couldn't imagine beer from Ireland in Rochester, New York. So it was little 7-ounce bottles of Guinness Foreign Export Style. Didn't know what it was at the time, but I bought it, brought it home to show my Irish mom. And she was very impressed that I found beer from Ireland until I poured it in the glass and she saw the color and she darn near fainted. But I fell in love with it immediately. And then at that point, I became a professional beer complainer. This store has good beer, how come this store doesn't? And this restaurant has a beer list, or at least one decent beer I could order, how come this restaurant doesn't? So the year that I got married, Betsy got me a homebrew startup kit for my birthday as a gag gift. You think you can do better than the breweries, ha ha ha, that sort of thing. Well, she doesn't really think that it's very funny anymore when you look over the other side there. So that's, once I started homebrewing, it was just a slippery slope. I brewed a batch of beer and I loved doing it, so I brewed another batch again real soon and I liked it even more and I liked it even more. And nowadays when I'm lucky enough to get up to be millman on first shift and I have to be here early in the morning and lug a half ton of grain into the mill, it's the most exciting day of the week. So it's still 30 years of brewing later, it's still just the best job ever.
All right, before I go to the next question, this is really damn good.
Authentic Munich style Oktoberfest. A lot of the German breweries.
I was going to say it's not like a lot of the Oktoberfests I get here. It's more like the ones that I'm getting imported from Germany.
Yeah, but even those, they've kind of goldened them up a little bit to try and
the polliner. You can taste the cereal grains and everything. Where this is alright. What's your favorite part of the industry?
Brewing beer. The paperwork and that sort of thing, of course, is obnoxious at best. The sales part's a lot of fun. We get to do beer tastings and sampling events and beer festivals here in New York. And those are a lot of fun, to go out and meet people who like your beer. And, oh boy, yours is the first beer I ever liked. Or, I like your beer better than that beer. I get your beer at my favorite local bar. That's really great stuff. I love that. But actually brewing the beer, that's why I got interested in it. That's what I really like to do. The rest of it's fun. Doing the beer events and meeting your customers is a blast. But brewing day is still the most fun day of the week.
Well, my next question was sort of answered in that, which is what do you dislike about the industry?
Oh gosh, the regulatory aspect of it. I mean, every single brewer, even people who are accountants and controllers at big breweries will tell you that the regulatory part is the worst part of the industry, and that's their job. That's why they got into the industry. It's obnoxious at best.
What's your favorite style of beer?
No such thing.
No such thing?
I'm a situational drinker, so it depends on where I am and what I'm doing, and you know, what's the temperature and what am I having to eat, as to what my favorite style is. You know, cold, rainy day like today, Aviator Red fills the bill. Oatmeal Stout would be nice.
Least favorite style?
Oh, North American Lager. Always use that. I just find them to be kind of bland and flavorless, and they're so heavily marketed that it accentuates the blandness and flavorlessness to me.
If you had to drink one beer, what would your beer of choice be from your brewery, from somebody else's, and then the arm twister from one of the big brands?
If I only had one beer from my brewery, it might well be Oktoberfest, because it's such a great food beer, yet it also is great drinking all on its own. And the season on it is so short. It's only 8 weeks that, you know, the other 10 months a year I'm sort of missing Oktoberfest. So I can have an Aviator Red if I want it, but I can't have an Oktoberfest just any time during the year. So maybe Oktoberfest.
It does taste quite a lot like it would be great with food.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see, from another brewery. Boy, there's so many good ones. You know what, probably Saranac Pale Ale, because that's a beer that I find no matter when I see it, I'm always happy to see it. And I'm not sure that's true about any other beer.
And the big
So that's one I like. And then the big guys. Wow. Big guys. Big guys. It's been so long since I've had any. It's hard to say. Well, one that I miss a lot that we used to be able to drive over the border and get was Molson Stock Ale. That was one that I used to like quite a bit. I don't believe it's being made anymore, but
It's still there.
yeah.
You just have to know where to look.
All right.
St. Catharines, Welland Avenue, 15,000 cases. It's all people on Welland Avenue drink.
All right.
What's the strangest ingredient you've used to brew with?
Strangest ingredient. Oats in a pale ale.
Oats in a pale ale.
Oatmeal pale ale.
Sounds interesting.
It is. It's very good beer, but it's a style people kind of laugh at.
So we now have oats, anise, a spruce tree, and I don't remember what the Cameron. Oh, oyster juice is what the Cameron's brewmaster used. And then Hophead or Malt Maniac.
I am both, but I'm generally accused of Malt Maniac.
That's myself as well. And lastly, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Probably looking for work. Or trying to find a way to do this. This is just, it's been a great career for 11 years. It's the hardest job you can imagine, but I get to do stuff like this and hang out with you guys. How tough is that?
Well, we really, really appreciate it too. I know the guy behind the camera does. You can see it just on his face.
That's because he's going to get beer.
Anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.
It's been wonderful.
Oh, thanks for coming to visit.
Next year, stopping by for some Bison Fest.